Previously from The Hood Blogger.
In exchange for money to prevent KF from testifying as a witness to an assault charge in trial in Philadelphia, in an effort to distract the law enforcement from the true motivation for KF's murder and to make it appear as though it was connected to a feud between rival tow truck companies. Presley selected at a random one of KF's co-workers, ER, and shot him to death as he left work on January 12, 2017. So basically, for him to make it look like a feud, he just killed another random truck driver that was a part of that company that ain't have nothing to do with nothing. He wasn't testifying to nothing. So yo, this SV Twiz, the Hood Blogger. You already know how we carry it. Man, shout out to everybody that been rocking with the content today, man. First and foremost, bro, if you're new to the channel, hit that sub button, bro. If you're a returning viewer, hit that sub button, bro. It take a second. If you already sub to the family, or even if you not, man, at least hit the like button. That's all I got. You dig what I'm saying before we get into this? But cheers, subbing and liking, man, to help take the channel a long way. And, you know, we can start doing more things, man. You know, it's real important to get the algorithm out there because, you know, what I'm trying to do is, you know, take it to a whole nother level as far as on these, you know, documentary styles of people that's not here no more, whether they was behind the trigger or behind the barrel. You dig what I'm saying? But the more we can get these videos out there and get these views up, you know, the more support that we're going to have to run this joint, man. I'm definitely trying to carry it, man. But this SV Twiz, the Hood Blogger, and we're going to get straight into it. Of today, we're going to cover Stephen Williams, man. 25-year-old guy from Uptown, man. You know, he was a contracted killer, man. You dig what I'm saying? And it was 4 situations that he allegedly did dating back to 2018. But let's get into it, man. Philadelphia police have arrested and charged the man in connection with 4 murders dating back to 2018. 25-year-old Stephen Williams was taken into custody by Philly police on Wednesday. Williams has been charged with 4 counts of murder and related offenses in 4 separate incidents. Philadelphia District Attorney Larry Krasner said Williams collected thousands of dollars as a contracted killer. Following a complex investigation by Philadelphia homicide detectives, my office is today able to be in prosecution of Stephen Williams, who collected thousands of dollars as a contracted killer. His streak of wanton, violent crimes against our communities is over. The past 2+ years ends today, Krasner said. I would like to thank Philadelphia police, investigations, and all of that. You dig what I'm saying? But we're going to get back into, you know, actually what happened, the incidents. That right there was, you know, Krasner giving his arrest speech and all that. On the 1900 block of Hartel Avenue, police responded to the scene to find a 30-year-old man suffering from a single gunshot wound to the head. He was taken to the hospital. He was later pronounced dead. Police said a 39-year-old man was shot multiple times while sitting in a car on the 7500 block of Forest Ave. Medics transported the victim to Einstein Medical Center where he later died. Just over a month later, on March 29th, a 31-year-old man was shot in the head while sitting on the front porch in East Mount Airy. The victim was later identified as Richard Isaac. The final incident occurred on May 4th on the 2000 block of West Girard Avenue. Officers responded for a report of a shooting and found a 46-year-old Leslie Carroll suffering from multiple gunshots to the upper torso. He was transported to Temple University, where he later died.
A man who the Philadelphia district attorney calls a contract killer is facing new charges. Stephen Williams is now charged with 4 counts of murder, conspiracy, and weapons offenses. Authorities say he collected thousands of dollars as a killer for hire over the past 2 years. Williams is accused in ambush-style shootings of 4 victims in Francisville, Ronhurst, East Mount Airy, and West Oak Lane. Williams is now behind bars on unrelated.
No further information about the motive and the incidents at this time. So as of now, he's still sitting and fighting them joints. So we gonna say allegedly, but one thing I do know is that, he been like, they got him with like a lot of posts on the gram and stuff like that. And, with them type of joints, a lot of people, people just be thinking it's sweet. They do a lot of contacting and, communicating with each other through these phones. So when these situations happen, you dig what I'm saying, it get real nasty. As far as the case update on him, he's sitting on State Road right now. If they was dating back to 2018, and I think that he had got locked up exactly. I don't know the exact date, but I know for a fact with them 4 joints, it's gonna take him a few years to fight them bodies, and it's not looking good in his favor. No matter how much bread you got, one thing people that we always get tied up in is when we do move in the streets, and whatever the situation is, and you getting lump sums of bread or however far, majority of us put it right back out in the face of people. You dig what I'm saying? Gotta do the foreign chorus. You gotta be geared down. You gotta display these things on Instagram. If you is on a situation, that's why certain people was always good at what they did, especially like the mob and all of them, because they understood. Of course, it was an ending to every story, and it got nasty. But a lot of people just carry this certain ways, man. And one thing about it in the hood, bro, like, we get our hands on some bread, and nowadays you going right to the gram. Before the gram, regardless of the fact, people up and down the street with their foreigns, in the projects with $100,000 cars, the gear on and all of that, where you stand out like a sore thumb. And then wonder why a lot of times these investigations comes and then these RICOs comes, because even if you wasn't that, you made yourself look like that. So once they connect you to people that's active, and they know for a fact you connected to these guys, now you gotta sit with everybody, bro. For him to be a contracted killer like that, bro, like, it shouldn't have been on display of him sitting around splurging. You dig what I'm saying? Because it was definitely pics and stuff of him all through the gram, sitting in his cars and all of that. And that's enough right there, bro. You laying it out. Then they can find out. A lot of people, be careful with that Cash App and all that. People think that, people ain't on that. Whatever the situation is, make sure them if you're doing them Cash App transactions, bro, make sure them joints is legitimate transactions. You dig what I'm saying? Because the folks be on all of that. You know what I'm saying? You need to tighten up if you is moving around. But most importantly, if you is moving around, try to find a way out, bro. Because, at the end of the day, the streets always been knocked off, bro. It's no such thing as, it's a lot of rats and stuff like that nowadays. No, that been happening. It been happening since the street started. You dig what I'm saying? They've been ratting since the mob era. You know what I'm saying? And it never changed after that. All of the guys that was around in the 80s, hustling in the 80s, and they come home and they talk about this and that. You dig what I'm saying? The same stuff was going on then. A lot of them guys, most of them was telling. Most of the biggest names you hear about ended up telling, you know what I'm saying, if they ain't get, knocked down. So it ain't no win out here, man. It's stay out the streets. But if you is in it, y'all know what come with it. SV Twiz, the hood blogger. Stay tuned then, man. I got some new heat dropping next weekend.